Hey, you hear that? The sound of the brush hitting the canvas, music to my ears. The hard part is finding a good reason to keep that music going consistently and always finding inspiration. Does that sound familiar? Well, how are you going to change that? Riddle me that. Luckily, I'm a wizard on the subject and have a few tips to share, so buckle up. The first thing I'd like to suggest is make a list. Well, everybody's thought of that, right? Wrong. A lot of artists think the inspiration is just going to come to you on a sunny day with a gust of wind as a leaf gracefully falls onto your shoulder. Sorry, but no. Although that may in fact happen, that is a highly romanticized form of the process. I'm a still life painter, so I paint a lot of inanimate objects, and I believe a true artist can reveal the beauty in the mundane. So I would make a list of things that I find to be an interesting shape or color or material that I would want to paint. Like this painting here. I highly enjoy painting glass, and eggs have a simple yet interesting shape, so I combine the two, and here we are. The same goes for animals. When I do paint animals, I think interesting shape, interesting features, and color. And that goes for portraits of people as well. Interesting features, interesting colors. Another way to go about this is by letting the composition choose the subject for you. Huh, you say? Yeah, let me slow my roll here. That's too much dip on the chip there. If you want to learn something about setting up a still life with a good composition, check out my Skillshare class about this. Link in the description below. That way you can easily choose a theme that can form your scene in an interesting way. Things I like to think about when picking a subject are what subject would inherently make itself look cool. Those are the best subjects. For example, maybe an illusion like glass or something very textured, or simply a pop of color from a neutral background. All of these are my trademarked techniques. I mean, not really trademarked, but these are for sure techniques that have a high probability of working out. A further thing that I may do is niche down on a subject group. For example, I've been known to paint fruit. So what do after I paint something like oranges? I paint bananas, I paint apples, I paint pumpkins. I simply become more familiar and comfortable with the subject matter. And that familiarity gives me the feel and the inspiration to create that type of subject even more interesting the next time I paint it. It provides not only a comfort with the current subject group, but gives me the confidence to explore into others. I mean, I'm in an egg sort of phase right now. Just look at my last painting and my last video. Also, if you want to keep up with my paintings or keep up with what inspires the type of paintings that I do, go ahead and follow me on Instagram. I'd appreciate it. I find that a lot of struggles when it comes to finding inspiration to paint or thinking of subject matters to paint. A lot of it comes from a lack of confidence or experimentation within you. Now, I've addressed this in previous videos, but you're not going to always be in the mood to paint. And that lack of wanting to paint will make you in your mind disregard some of your ideas that you have about subjects that you may want to paint and make them feel insignificant, all because you don't want to paint at that current moment. So like I've said, paint when you don't want to paint. That's the only way to force yourself to experiment upon new ideas if you're not feeling that urge to just go out there and paint. If a subject catches your eye or some sort of setup comes up in your mind, take a picture of it and save it for later. I know that this works, or at least for me, because this painting that I'm painting now, these eggs in a jar, was sort of a last resort idea that I took a picture of months ago, and I never thought that I would ever paint it. If you found my content interesting and you enjoyed watching, please subscribe, and thanks for watching.